The following is a sponsored program paid for by Yaba TV.
Welcome to our beautiful show, the Yaba TV show. My name is Yesia, your host. So today is a profile on African Communities Public Health Coalition. I'm going to speak with the president, Sanayat Admisu, and the co-founder, or one of the board members, Alpha Timbo. Both of them, they are working together so effectively to help our people, both Caribbeans and Africans, that are coming in town and they don't know how to navigate the system in America. This is the coalition to contact. So if you have a foreign background, definitely this is the show to watch. So tell everybody you know about our beautiful show. Be back after these messages. Welcome back to our beautiful show, the Yaba TV show. I am your host, Yesia. So today is a profile on African Communities Public Health Coalition. And I have with me the president of the coalition, Sanayat Admisu, and Alpha Timbo. Both of them are board members of the organization. We're going to find out what the organization is doing in the community and how you can benefit from the organization. So without further delay, let me introduce my guests on the show and welcome them. A big welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
You're
Happy to be here.
So I'll start with the lady first. Ladies first. I'm sorry.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
So Sanayat, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Sanayat Admisu. I am one of the founders and also the president of the African Communities Public Health Coalition, also known as African Coalition. The organization was founded in a response to mental health issue with an immigrant community. It was incorporated 2011, and from that on, just moving forward. Since then, we are the main provider of mental health, direct mental health service, and also immigration services for African and Caribbean descendant migrants.
Oh, wow. I commend you for that. It's a great work.
It takes a village, so thank you so much for being a voice for us too.
You're welcome. So Alpha Timbo from Sierra Leone.
Absolutely.
My brother.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Alpha G. Timbo. I was born and raised in Sierra Leone. I went to high school there, which is a school called Bow School. And I came here in the 80s and I moved to Los Angeles. And I went to UCLA. I got a LCSW, which is a licensed clinical social worker. I've worked in the community, primarily in South Los Angeles, working with marginalized populations for a long time. Now I'm working also with the African Coalition with my friend here tonight, trying to do what we can to help our people migrating from Africa and the Caribbean that are marginalized, to help them navigate this complex system so that they can be able to adjust in this community effectively. That's why we're here.
Work.
Yeah.
It's very much needed.
Absolutely.
You know how sometimes the people that are new to America, novice, coming to the U.S. for the first time, and they don't know how to navigate the system.
Yeah.
What is your organization doing to connect with them, Sanayat?
We do so many things. I think it's just one-man show in a way. For example, right now the new arrivals, the first agent should be in contact with immigration officers or some of the agencies, us. Because we have a language capacity. That's one the uniqueness, the service we have. We have over 10 different African languages spoken with the staff and also volunteers. For that reason, we're able to help them translate with any service agency, social service mainly, for the immigration process, mental health, and benefits, social benefits, you name it. So you're right. The problem is now we don't have so-called the acculturation process. So we have the gap, and I think that's what we fit to be, to bridge that gap between the community at large, mainly for the new migrants, and also the public entities. So we've been working, we advocate on behalf, whether it's health benefits or any other social services, even the schools. Advocacy is one of the main things we do among collaborating with other resources.
Tell us about your cultural shock when you first came.
Oh, that's a good question. Thank you very much. Cultural shock is really huge coming from Africa. Basic things you used to do home that you cannot do them here because of the fact that you don't know how to navigate the system. I give you an example. When I came here newly, it's even hard to get a girlfriend. I mean, because the way we get girlfriends back home is a little different how we do it here. So, it brings a lot of stress. I mean, some of them are here, they don't have the necessary papers to be able to work. It brings a lot of stresses, maybe depression, anxiety. Some people have issues with their families, with their kids, with their husbands. And also just what Sanait is saying, immigration issues are there too, health issues, you name it. They all have we all have problems. The issue is that how are you going to be able to get help? I mean, we try not to do it the traditional way of how Americans usually give help, which is okay. But our people don't get help by just coming to the office, say, hey, come to the office, sit across the desk and ask them what they want. You're going to have to go beyond that. You have to meet them where they are. We go to the church, we go to the mosque, we go to places where they dance, we do parties, we go to the park,
just to
the
meet
barbers,
them at
just
their
to meet
level.
them where they are so that they can be able to feel comfortable. And the fact that Sanai talks about language too is very, very important. It's easier to help somebody that speaks your language than somebody that doesn't speak it.
That's great, but we need to take a break. But when we come back, I'm going to ask you about cultural sensitivity and the summit that you have upcoming in February.
Absolutely.
Yes. So we need to take a break to acknowledge the people that make us smile, that bring this program to you. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back to our brilliant show. I call it brilliant today because we're bringing you information that you can use. If you are a foreigner and you live in this country, you know it's not easy to navigate. Initially when you first came to this country. But I have two people with this coalition, African coalition, that will demystify this for you. So today's show is very special for every person that has a foreign background. Back to you, Sanaya. Let me talk about cultural sensitivity. It's not so easy to deal with that. How do you juggle that and still help the people?
Well, thank you for that question. It's what happened to start with, we came from Africa. Africa as a continent, it's not one country. So even within Africa, there's different diversity. In other words, I'm from East Africa, and Alpha is from West Africa, sorry. Within that, there's a different culture, value, tradition is totally different.
Right.
So when people say cultural competence, they think because of it's your language or the food you eat. The truth is, it's really complex. I mean, when we try to address the issue of cultural competency within the service, people don't understand because, as I said, it's very tailored, really complex to understand. So what we try to do to integrate who we are as a culture within the larger society culture here, American culture. We advocate, make sure the service has to be provided. One is about language access because, for example, here LA County, they only have 13 threshold languages, none of them the African languages. We assume Africans speak French or Arabic, but that's not true. Not all African communities speak, all Caribbeans speak. Some they do. But we make sure we advocate on behalf so the service we do receive, whether a public or private, has to be sensitive to language. Language is really a big deal because that's what you understand.
Yes, and you're comfortable.
Exactly.
To even accept the help.
Exactly.
Because there's pride in the African community. Some people take that pride, I don't know how to describe it, but because of the cultural difference, that pride is so thick that before you get beyond that pride to get the help, it's almost late.
Exactly.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I deal with this show, I deal with cultural sensitivity.
Right.
So I'm basing it on my experience.
Culture is a lot broad. Culture could be food, the norms, what we practice, the ritual, the language we speak. At least the first one, and if we see as someone speak your language, you feel like belongingness. The trust is where we start. That's the uniqueness of the African Coalition, is we do know what it takes to approach any other communities. So we speak the language, that's a trust, because and within each language there's different meaning that we can't even express it in English or French, and that's one thing we have. The other one is the immigration status. As the government change immigration law, with a lot of migrants suffer, we found that. And another one is how do we penetrate with each sector? How do we penetrate in education system? How do we penetrate in development, economic development system? How do we penetrate in social justice? And civil engagement is very important. So it's not like day-to-day life we have to hustle, but we also make sure now that we contribute. Our contribution is large in the society. So how do we bring that together, raise awareness? So this summit is about empowering, bringing together the community, and raising awareness. We have workshops about mental health. We invite dignitary elected officials, expertise from Africa and Caribbeans. We talk about mental health. We heard about social justice as one, because if we have to go through some other time, we have a lot of things we should be aware as a community at large. So this is about the food, culture, the artifact, a lot of things, and that's what it is, this summit. So this would be our third year. It's going to be on February 22nd. We did that because we can celebrate Black History Month together. When we say Black History Month, we don't forget about our ancestors, who are the great leaders back home. For my favorite, Kwame is one, Jomo Kenyatta, Haile Selassie, Mandela, you name it, more, who are the founder of the African Union. We acknowledge and celebrate them, as well as civil rights leaders here, Martin Luther King, Mike Mix, and some other ones here. So that's what we do together. We make sure this Pan-Africanism exists, and we have to celebrate that unity and power. Hopefully people will come join us, because it's only limited seat. It's unfortunately, it's going to be downtown California Endowment. And it's, I think, if I remember, 1000 Alameda Street, North Alameda Street. I think it's known because a lot of conferences, summits has been held there. Yes, we're going to be sharing our flyers, and we want people to come to celebrate with us. And this has to be a really feeling ownership. We own this summit. It's for us, by us. Okay? It's free as well.
Great information. We are almost totally out of time, but for the sake of the people that want to connect with you, do business with you, support your organization, how can they connect with you? Looking at that camera.
Okay, thank you. We have two ways. One is email. It's info at African Coalition. Info is INFO at AfricanCoalitionWhatWord.org. The other one is they can call us. Please give us a call. The number is 213-909-0985.
All right.
That's how we be rich.
Okay. Do you have one word to back up what she said? One word. We are out of time.
The one word is togetherness. We have to really come together to help our people. When it comes to mental health, we have to really try to break the stigma so that we can be able to move our people forward to make sure they're able to adjust in this community effectively.
Thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You're doing a great job in our community, in the African and Caribbean communities. I commend you for that, and I wish you continuous success in all of your projects, all of your endeavors that you're doing in our communities.
Thank you. We need you. We really make sure we had to be heard. We have to be the voice of many, and here and back home as well. So we really appreciate your program. We're so proud of what you're doing. Thank you so much for the opportunity as well.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it. Yeah.
We do need to take another quick break to acknowledge our sponsors, and then we're going to take you to Music Video Land That's the place some of you take time to write to me. Thank you, Sia, for bringing the consciousness of Africa to my home. And today, we have another great music video for you. So tell everybody you know about our beautiful show. We'll be back after these messages. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our television broadcast today. We are on every Sunday at 4 p.m. right here on KCAL, Los Angeles. If this is your first time watching our show, I'm sure you enjoyed it. Come back again next week at the same time. But for some of you that are very new to the show, I also invite you to our Black History Festival coming up on February 3rd, 2024 at the Golden Sails Hotel. We're going to have a festival full of all kinds of activities. African food. Did I say African food? Yes, African cuisine. We're going to have cultural dancers from Senegal, Nigeria, and Ghana. We're going to have fashion show and a little bit of this, a little bit of that to make your night a complete pan-African night. So you don't want to miss it. Go to Eventbrite and get your tickets today. The event is going to take place at the Golden Sails Hotel in Long Beach. Follow us on Instagram, Yaba TV. Follow us on YouTube, Yaba Media. By the way, we have officially changed our name, or we adjusted our name to Yaba TV Los Angeles. So our website is www.yabatvlosangeles. And our website and the Instagram page and the YouTube page all reflect the name is Yaba TV Los Angeles. So follow us on Instagram, Yaba TV Los Angeles. Follow us on YouTube, Yaba TV Los Angeles. While you're there, like, share, and subscribe. That put a big smile on my face. If you're just coming in town and you want to celebrate with us or you want to connect with our international platform, please do so. Contact us at 562-833-8294. Till then, we'll see you next week at the same time on the Yaba TV show, your contemporary bridge to the motherland, Africa.